Okay, hi everyone. Should I be holding this here? Here, the sounds not as good when I hold it here, but here you can't see my face. I'm Kathleen. This is Quilting From The Heart TV. I'm here at Quilting From The Heart in Camrose, Alberta, and I don't have tons to talk to you about today, but what I've got is pretty good, I think. So we've got some new threads, some new patterns. Then I'm going to show you how to get your machine all set up so you can do some free motion quilting. So let's get started. First up, 2 new patterns from Quilterly. I'm pretty excited about them. This one is called Visionary. It's got the black and the white and then some accents. So fun. And then crumb coat. Whoops, this one's crumb coat. I actually have this one cut out already at home, ready for me to sew. Voila! I like it. Okay. Then 2 from Modern Handcraft. This one we've actually had for a while, but I just put on the website. Snowflake. And then Illusion, which I started working on yesterday, our sample. And then 2 thread kits from Luderman. So this is their cotton thread kit. It's got 30 different colors of cotton threads. There they are. And the polyester thread kit, which has 48 different polyester thread colors in a really cute little tin, right? Like, look how nice that tin is. Great, like, gift or just to have. It's so nice, especially the cottons, right? I love having the kit of cottons that then when I'm doing binding or mostly binding, I always have exactly the color I need to stitch that binding down. I don't have to be going to the store to match my binding. Get the kit, have everything you need, ready to go. Yay! One more thing I did not mention. I finished a quilt this weekend. The boys went to my parents for 2 sleeps, so I had 2 nights of like restful sleep. It was so excellent. And an entire day on Sunday to sew, pretty much by myself. And this is what I made. So I used the Firefly fabrics by Sarah Watts for Ruby Star Society, mostly. A couple of the 2 of the pink stripes and the Anna-Maria Horner echinaceas in there. And then it's a pattern called Michigan by Laundry Basket Quilts, which we've ordered but aren't quite here yet. I haven't quite decided if we're doing kits or not, so if you're like, I must make that quilt, I need a kit, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure we do kits. It's cool though. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. Anyways, next up we're going to learn how to do we're not going to learn how to do free motion quilting. We're going to learn how to set up our machines so we can do free motion quilting if we want. So let's talk about the physical setup for how to do free motion quilting. One thing I really like on my machine is this extension table. So normally my machine, this comes off and I have a smaller sewing space here. This extension table just pops on there. It gives me a larger space so that my quilt isn't falling all over the place. It gives me also a larger space to hold my hands so I can really make sure I'm getting a good grip on my quilt. A lot of people like to quilt wearing machine quilting gloves. Personally, I don't often. I like to be able to use my fingers a bit more, but like 95% of people I'd say prefer quilting gloves. They give you a little bit more grip. So that's something also to think about. The other thing is that I'm maybe not set up very well right now. It's good for demoing, but not so much for actual quilting because the edge of my table is right here. My quilt, if it was sitting here, is just going to drape over the edge there. What I usually like to do when I'm quilting is have a great big table, amount of table on both sides of my machine, but especially this side. That's going to help give my quilt somewhere to rest so that I have a lot easier time moving my quilt around on my machine. So lots of table space, definitely a good thing to have. Oh, height. So right now, we're going to move this around so that I can show you the height. Alright, you can see a little bit here sort of how the magic is made with the lights there, but I wanted to get a nice side angle so you can see the height. So right now I'm standing because that's easier to make videos when you're standing. However, usually I do this sitting, but different people like different things. The important is not the standing or sitting, it's the height right here. So what I want when I'm quilting, so my hands are on my machine, is I want my elbows to be at about right angles. So I'll take off my sweater so you can see that better. I want my arms to be making sort of flat right here. I don't want them going down or up. I want them basically being flat right there. So I'm a little tall at my natural standing height. I want to be about here. The other thing is I don't want to be bending my head close in. right? Doing something like that's going to hurt my neck. It's going to be no good. So what I find helpful is to push my machine back on the table a little bit. So rather than having my machine right up here where it's easy to get all squished in there, if I have this back a little bit, it helps to keep me a little bit more relaxed. Also, because I'm tall, it gives me a better angle to view the needle at. So that's where I like to have my machine a little bit further back and my arms flat through here and keeping my shoulders down while I quilt. All right, so what we've talked about so far is our machine position in comparison to the height of our arms. We've talked about using an extension table, and we've talked about having a lot of extra table space to hold our quilt down. All those things are going to really help to keep our quilt moving nicely, our body feeling good, and hopefully prevent problems so we can just have fun with our free motion quilting. Okay, I don't know if you noticed, like my hair was different, outfit was different in that video because I filmed that actually like a couple years ago, but Bella's on vacation, so I don't have tons of time to be filming new content at the moment, but hopefully you still like that one. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and like and subscribe so that you don't miss any videos so you can see me dance like a fool again. All right, see you next week. Bye!